Live on SABC2 and SABC News Channel 404. The World Health Organization's Global Status Report 2015 ranks South Africa as one of the most dangerous countries in the world when it comes to road accidents, with 25 related deaths occurring per 100,000 people annually. In addition to this, 58% of road fatalities can be attributed to drunk driving. These alarming statistics highlight the important role driver assistance services play in saving lives, especially over this festive period season. Christelle Colman is the Chief Executive Officer of Europe Assistance, and she's here to tell us as to how to save lives during this merry time. Christelle, it's a very good morning to you and welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming through. Now, talk to us about this savers.
Yes. So
what does it entail?
It's this wonderful time of the year. We're all excited. We're going on holiday. The whole of Gauteng is immigrating down to the coast. And most people are driving down. We just heard the traffic report. And what happens is people go out and they drink 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 drinks. They drive home, and that's why we have this horrific incidents with drunk driving. So the service that's available, and it's been around for quite a number of years, is you book a driver to come and fetch you at a certain time of the evening, and they take you and your car home, and in that way you prevent having a drunk driver on the road, and you can be sure to get home safe as well. And what makes it worse is, when we go to the coast on holiday, is that we often have our families with us. So the dad or the mom will be driving with kids in the car. It really is a very dangerous situation. So the message is be proactive, be aware of the services, and use these services that are available to you.
Yeah, the situation is indeed dire. I mean, looking at the statistics that I mentioned at the beginning of the interview. So basically, it's more like your road assistance savers, where if your car breaks, you call them, they're here in an hour's time. So it's more or less the same.
So yes, I mean, we provide a number of services. Roadside assist services is also very important. Before you leave to go to the coast, make sure your policy is in place and that you've got your roadside assist service. If something goes wrong, you can phone and get help. But the Drive Me Home Safe service, or the kind of chauffeur service that comes with when you've had one too many, is available to most people. And you know what? It is really not expensive cover. So in terms, you would normally have it with your insurance policy or through your bank financing of your vehicle, or even the vehicle manufacturers. And you often get, the sort of market standard is 6 trips a year for free within a 50-kilometer radius. So it doesn't even really cost you anything. You pay a few rand a month, 10, 15, 20 rand a month. And then all you have to do is you have to plan your evening. So it's if you are one who you drink alcohol or wine or cocktails or whatever, you're going out for a drink tonight, book the car in advance, and then you can enjoy yourself, you can relax. And the thing that I like about it is, normally if I plan a dinner out and I like to enjoy myself, sometimes it gets late. If I know my driver's fetching me at 10:30, I'll get home at a decent time. And it really is, there's so many benefits to using this service. So really I want to really urge our viewers to use it and make sure that they're safe.
But are many people making use of the savers now?
It's amazing. It has become so popular. So most of the big insurance companies offer it, and they actually promote it, and people become aware of it. What's so interesting is that it seems to be extremely popular in the Western Cape. I'm from the Cape, so I'm very proud.
And hookah? Why in the Western Cape specific?
I don't know. It's because I think we have all the wonderful wine farms.
I wanted to say so.
And people go out for after. There's a lot of sundowners being enjoyed after work, and perhaps. People are just maybe a little bit more risk aware because there's been better campaigns around this. I also think one of the reasons why we have this problem is if people like to drive their cars in South Africa. People spend a lot of money on cars. We don't have a great public transport system, so you're dependent on your car. So you want to go out with your car, you're on holiday, but then you're stuck with a car. You can't just leave it anywhere and take an Uber home. So this service sort of fixes that problem, because you can go out, and if you drive a really nice car, you want to cruise down the Sunset Strip past Camps Bay, you can do that, and then someone will take you home and take your car home, and you'll be safe.
Exactly what I wanted to ask, because I personally don't just let anyone drive any of our cars. It's either me or my husband, that's it. How well trained are these drivers?
These are professional drivers. They've got professional licenses, and where we use drivers to drive the sports cars, they get specific training. We make use of our own drivers, we make use of outsourced drivers who are specifically trained, and then we also have service providers, companies who provide this service as a professional service to the public who we also contract with. But number one is to make sure that these drivers are checked, security cleared, that they have got obviously the right driver's license and permit, and that you will be safe. Often when it is late at night and you get into a car, we've heard some horror stories about using taxis. This is a safe way as well, because these are the same people. You will often find you've got the same driver coming to fetch you as well. Yeah. So it's a safe alternative to using public transport.
And we do know that accidents do happen. Should such happen,
people die
while the guy is driving your car, what happens, and who's responsible
that's a good question.
For that?
So your insurance policy would pay out because you've actually taken a proactive risk management step to get a driver to drive your car. And these guys are all, as I said, they're all licensed and they're allowed to drive vehicles, so that won't be a problem.
All right.
You'll be covered in terms of your insurance.
All right, Christelle, that's where we're going to leave it. But thank you so much for clarifying the matter for us. Thank you so much. So you're saying that ons kan maar drink, that we must take.
Drive veilig.
All right, there you have it. That's Christelle Colman. She is Chief Executive Officer from Europe Assistance, talking to us about this Drive Me Home assistance services that you can make use of this festive season.